This video is not intended to replace the care of your doctor, but to add to it. Check with your doctor before using any of the steps in Good News About Sad Views. If you suspect you may have depression, it could be caused by a medical problem. This video is our journalistic opinion from extensive research. We find the procedures in this video work best when depression is triggered by compulsive negative thinking.
Welcome to the Anti-Depression Work Tape. My name is Eric Rauch. This videotape was produced to help you make a difference in your life and to let you know of others who have suffered from the pain of depression and recovered. This tape was produced with the help of people just like yourself, people who are suffering from depression, and by caring psychologists specializing in depressive disorders. This is the first anti-depression video work tape that we are aware of intended to help you actually work through your depression. The methods include mental exercises, a meditation session, and a physical warm-up routine, all of which you can start using today and every day. Why a videotape? As you will see, the character in our story was unable to read and comprehend new ideas when in the depth of her depression. We suspect some of you may have had the same experience. Our character also felt she would find comfort in something she could turn to between therapy sessions. What could be simpler than a video? Millions of Americans suffer from depression. Depression can be short-term, sporadic, or it can last for years. Not all who suffer from depression are aware of their disorder. Even for those of you who already know you are battling the effects of clinical depression, this introduction is an important part of your recovery. Our own initial trials with this tape have shown remarkable results. Our hope is that your results will be remarkable too. We feel your recovery will happen once you are able to practice all the methods of coping in this tape. Every step you make toward this goal will make you feel better. Regardless of how we feel about depressive disorders, this tape should not be used in place of a psychologist or psychiatrist's advice. They may suggest an antidepressant medication tailored toward your individual needs. Given time, the appropriate medication will help you feel more in control of your life and help facilitate implementation of some of the mental exercises on this tape. Major depression, or as it is often referred to as clinical depression, can have many symptoms. These symptoms may vary in quantity and severity from person to person. Symptoms can include persistent, sad, anxious, or empty moods, feelings of hopelessness, pessimism, feelings of helplessness, guilt, or worthlessness, loss of appetite, or overeating and weight gain, loss of interest in sex or hobbies or other activities that you once enjoyed, thoughts of death or suicide, difficulty concentrating, remembering, and making decisions. Other symptoms may include oversleeping or insomnia, decreased energy, fatigue, restlessness, irritability, persistent physical symptoms that do not respond to treatment, such as chronic pain, headaches, and digestive disorders. Another type of depressive disorder is manic depressive illness. This illness is not as prevalent as clinical depression. A manic depressive can experience any or all of the symptoms of clinical depression when in a depressed cycle. When in a manic cycle, one can experience additional symptoms which can include disconnected and racing thoughts, inappropriate elation, inappropriate irritability, severe insomnia, grandiose notions, increased talking, increased sexual desire, increased energy, inappropriate social behavior. This tape is not appropriate for the manic depressive. Manic depression must be treated with the appropriate medication. Manic depressive disorders are treated differently than clinical depression. This is another reason why consultations with a psychiatrist are so essential. In most cases, the symptoms of manic depressive disorders are relieved with medication alone. Another form of depression researchers refer to as seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. If you notice your feelings of depression are tied to the winter months of decreased sunlight and lack of outdoor activities, you may be suffering from SAD. The symptoms may be a craving for carbohydrates that include sugars and starchy foods. Other symptoms include oversleeping, overeating, fatigue, social withdrawal, and decreased sexual desires. This type of depression is often relieved in part by turning on proper lighting and dressing warmer. Sitting in front of a special fluorescent light for a short period of time each day often helps improve the symptoms. Fluorescent light is the closest in color temperature to sunlight. That is, if you specify a daylight temperature bulb. Some manufacturers measure the color temperature in kelvins, and daylight color temperature is about 5,200 to 5,500 Kelvin. Sitting and looking into a light may sound a bit silly, but a little silliness in your life right now couldn't hurt. Come on, work with us here. This is a work tape. Recent studies may prove light treatment beneficial when dealing with clinical depression as well. Just don't sit too close to the light. Antidepressants and psychotherapy can also be beneficial in treating SAD.